So what, like, I guess just on the topic of Belgian beers, like, Michael, do you have a favorite all-time Belgian beer that's on your list?
I had fun for a while on Untappd, kind of trying to go through the Trappist breweries, and those were always fun. Trying to, find that there's a certain number in ones that are designated as the Trappist brewery. So I would try to go through those. So they're all pretty good. I kind of have a soft spot for the Delirium Tremens, so I have not had this Delirium Nocturnum, but I'm kind of excited to try it. So
Awesome.
the Delirium Tremens is like the unofficial beer of Neurology. So
What is that?
Have you heard that story?
No, you do tell.
So Delirium, the original one is Delirium Tremens. This is Delirium Nocturnum, which I think is the dark version. But the original Delirium Tremens, the name comes from basically it's one of the stages of alcohol withdrawal. So for people who consume massive quantities of alcohol, once you stop drinking, like day 3 to 5, you start having more significant withdrawal symptoms like, confusion, disorientation, hallucinations, tremors, seizures.
So that would explain Drew's behavior.
What?
So when you look at the outside of the bottle, they always put a little pink elephant, and so the reason it has the pink elephant is because that's supposedly one of the things that you hallucinate when you're having delirium tremens. In addition to all the shaking, the tremor, the seizures and stuff, you start hallucinating things like pink elephants. So
That seems kind of an odd thing to put on there. We'll have to get into that one because I'm assuming that's not from monks if they're putting that name on it.
probably not.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some investigation.
That seems a little less monkish.
Yeah, I used to give it away as gifts to people as, the official beer, the unofficial beer of neurologists everywhere.
Well, our audience has officially been educated.
Yeah, I know, that was like incredibly, like the most educational thing we've put on the podcast. It wasn't for us.
My job here is done.
We, a loose term.
So what about you, Adam? Do you have a favorite Belgian beer of all time?
I don't really.
Yeah? So maybe you'll find one today.
I know.
We've got 6 choices, so.
Do you?
So when we were living in the Bay Area, there was a bar in Oakland called the Trappist, and that's all they served was just Belgians on tap, and that place was awesome. And I think my favorite, we had over Thanksgiving, we had that Rochefort that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
But I think that Westmalle, was it Westmalle? I can't remember. But that we had one at my house over here one time. I feel like that one was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like Chimay was my entry level. That was my entry
I
level
was
Belgian.
waiting for you to say
Yeah. But it's not as good as the others. But it's still, that's like your gateway Belgian.
Yeah. Devil's Backbone, Belgian style triple, from Real Ale Brewing.
And we're gonna take that one head to head.
Hold on, let me crack it open. We haven't got a good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
nice.
That was nice. So this one is a Belgian Abbey ale, but it's from Rome, Italy. And so it's called Tre Fontaine Birra Trappista Italiana. That's my Italian. And it's a triple ale brewed with eucalyptus. So this one I think is gonna not taste anything like the real ale. And it's actually got a descriptor on the back that I can read so we can be educated on this beer. So while you're pouring us some Devil's Backbone, then I'll read this. It's a double malt beer flavored with eucalyptus leaves. It's a unique product born from the ancient tradition of the Abbey of the Three Fountains. From 1873, eucalyptus characterizes the products of this community of Trappist monks. So there are Trappist monks in Italy. I did not know that.
I did not as well.
I need a bottle opener. Someone got one?
You don't want to use the edge of the table for that?
So when I drink this beer, I'm just going to add A on everything that I say. So,
Yeah.
it's a great beer, eh? Yeah.
So the Devil's Backbone's coming in at 8.1% alcohol.
Okay.
And Tre Fontaine, is foaming over a little bit. Oh gosh.
I see a trend here.
Yeah. It's some of these Belgian beers, they've got a lot of carbonation going. I wonder if they bottled this one before fermentation is complete too.
I feel like the Trappist probably could have figured this out by now.
Yeah, but they're in Rome, so they're not even Belgian Trappists.
That's true.
What? Is this like Bizarro World? I mean, what the hell? This is like this. This looks like Beer Ain't Easy Ale batch number 2.
Pure and easy ale.
For anyone listening, it's still foaming over as we speak. So.
Yeah, it's got a little geyser. So we'll come back to this.
Put
beer.
your finger over.
The Apple keyboard is now covered in beer, and
So y'all just talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go get some paper towels. See how your mother for me.
now we're mixing SNL skit. Maybe.
Oh man, you get the Trey Fontaine is like the most bizarre Belgian triple. I don't know why I picked this one. I didn't notice that it had eucalyptus in it. Otherwise, I probably would have avoided it. But you can taste the eucalyptus for sure in there.
I mean, for someone who's not great on tasting notes, and I mean, even you can smell the eucalyptus straight off the nose immediately on this one.
I feel like I'm drinking like a cough drop.
That does not sound appetizing at all.
I'm still bit by the fact that it foamed over halfway on the table, so
It's the eucalyptus.
it's extra foamy eucalyptus.
I really wanted to like this one, but the eucalyptus is very strange to me.
Yeah,
It's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
it's weird. But, the strong ales were what I expected out of the strong ales, but that I kind of wish that if I'm comparing 2 triples, that I would have gotten one that tastes like a real triple. And not,
Not a cough drop.
that was a procurement fail. While we're waiting around drinking these Belgians, I've got a question that I gotta ask because I see a lot of people really interested in this topic, and I just don't feel the same way. And that topic is shower beers. So the concept of bringing a beer in the shower with you, I've never been a fan. And so many people are like, oh, this is the best shower beer. This is like the greatest thing in the world. Like, I don't want my beer in the shower.
So what's your deal? Is it too unsanitary for you?
I just feel like I'm gonna get soap in the beer. I don't know. It weirds me out. Like, I don't want to I see people drinking these like really nice beers in the shower. I'm like, dude, that just like fuck your whole aroma up. So like, what's the appeal? Like, do you either of you enjoy shower beers?
Hold on. Before you turn it around on us, have you ever had a shower beer?
Oh yeah, I have. Because everyone was like taking pictures and like, like posting on social media like, oh, this is the greatest shower beer I've ever had. I'm like, well, fuck, I better try it. But then I drink it and I'm like, okay, my beer got hot really fast. So if it was a beer that you didn't want hot, but I mean, do you really want to drink a stout in the shower? Like, you drink an IPA, it gets too hot in there. And I don't know, I've just never felt the appeal. So I feel like it's a social media thing, or they're like, oh, let's take a seductive picture of me in the shower, like half naked while I'm drinking this beer. That's what I've thought it was all about. But
So I have never drank a beer in a shower.
really,
Yeah. How recent was your shower beer experience?
it's been a while. I did drink at college all the time because it's like you. I feel like in college you always showered like before you went out because you wouldn't shower like the whole day, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go out, so I better like clean up a little bit. And then you grab a beer because you needed to drink really fast so that you'd have a buzz because you didn't want to pay at the bar. That was what the shower beer's purpose was in college.
Well, I may have had like a Coors Light in the shower.
Yeah.
I can't remember one off the top of my head. Michael, what's your shower beer situation?
I have never had a shower beer. I have on my Facebook feed, they keep incessantly trying to get me to buy the silicone beer koozie holder that goes in your shower. And until then, I had no idea this was even a thing. So
I feel like on all the beer Facebook groups, everyone talks about shower beers.
I do see like in the beer Facebook groups, people are drinking like some good ass beers in the shower, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, That's too good of a beer to drink out of a can. Like, you're missing out. Like,
yeah, like get it in a proper glassware.
I know. But it's like, you can't drink out of a proper glassware in the shower because there's too much going on.
I know. I just never understood it. It's just, it kind of grinds my gears a little bit, but we may lose some listeners that love the shower beer. I was hoping that one of you would be like, no, this is the greatest thing in my life.
I feel like if I was drinking beers in the shower, Jody would be like, "You're a fucking alcoholic. Like, get the fuck out of here."
How do you go into the shower? Like, do you go get it out of the fridge and then you just carry it into the shower and nobody asks you why are you carrying a beer into the shower? Is that how it works? I
think
know.
so. It's like, you look like the kind of person that needs a beer when you're in the shower.
I mean, I could just
You're
shower and then
gonna have to look at yourself after you get out. So you're gonna need a beer.
Here, Adam, do you want to do this one? This one's a true Belgian beer. Do you want it? Belgian. So this one is actually like a highly regarded quad. So I'm excited about this one. It's the fanciest bottle that we got. It's got the cork top on it, and it's Saint Bernardus, the Abbot 12, and it is a Belgian quad, 10% alcohol. Do you want to read anything interesting on the back?
I do not. Thank you for offering.
hard pass.
It says, "Bringing heavenly nectar within reach." That's all you need to know. So I'm hoping that this erases that eucalyptus. So, y'all just keep talking about the eucalyptus beer while I pop it.
I need
popping
my Belgian glass.
Yeah.
for this
Yeah, I
one.
think that's fair.
We got to bring in the fancy glasses for this last one.
Just you pour them all.
Should I let the cork just pop out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the champagne pop on this one.
All right, it's not overflowing. Thank God.
I thought for sure it was going all over.
I'm like super gun shy ever since that beer blew up in my face. Like
That's what she said.
I just like I'm having like flashbacks. Oh, dude, this is dark as hell.
That is a good thing.
Adam, your glassware looks a little dirty. Are you sure that you cleaned it to the standards of glassware?
I will pretend you didn't say that.
So we're drinking it in the.
Out of respect for the audience, I'll pretend you didn't say that.
So we're drinking out of the wide mouth Belgian
That's
glasses,
what she said.
which is supposedly supposed to really open up the aromas. Ooh. Hitting the mic.
Okay, so I think we need to wrap up this bizarre beer you've chosen.
Our eucalyptus bomb. It kind of smells like, like it's like Vicks Vapor Rub. That's what it is. And I've got a soft spot in my heart for Vicks Vapor Rub. It's like when you're not feeling super great, you put a little bit on there. So
This is a PG rated. It does, yeah. The scent is Vicks Vapor Rub.
it is. I think that we nailed it. So have either of you guys seen the old wives' tale about if you're feeling bad and you're cough and you're congested, that you actually put some Vicks Vapor Rub on your feet and then you put socks on over it? As a medical expert in the room, Michael, like what is the truth behind that old wives' tale there?
That is the Arkansas old wives.
No, that's straight out of Texas, man.
Medically speaking, to be honest, I have no idea. I'm familiar, but I've never actually done it myself. Does it work?
We've done it on our kids because, like, when you have a really small kid, you're not supposed to use like the heavy drugs,
Right.
and so you do about anything. And so we're like, well, fuck it, we're gonna try it. But I can't tell you if it works or not.
With young kids, I feel like it's all about the placebo effect. Like, nice pack for 2 seconds, Vicks Vapor Rub and a sock over it, like a Band-Aid, whatever. That's all it takes.
You just tell them like, oh, this is gonna make you feel better,
This
and
is
they're like,
helping.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me just wave this magic wand over your head, and your bad cough is gonna go away.
We have about 1,000 of those frozen ice pack things that we call Boo Boo Buddies. So
Oh, yeah.
any injury at the house, stub toe, skin knee, head trauma, you just slap a Boo Boo Buddy on it and it magically gets better in 90 seconds.
So speaking of the Vicks Vapor Rub beer, what is your rating here?
I'm gonna go 3.0. It was unique, but it's not my jam.
I am respectfully going 2.75. And I thought that was generous.
I was going to stick with the 3.0 as well. If you can kind of mentally just filter out the eucalyptus part, it's drinkable, but it's difficult to do.
So there was once you have like a certain flavor in your mind, like you can't just get like once you hear Vicks Vapor Rub, you can't untaste it.
Like I can't even take another drink of it. After we're talking about that, it's like it's over there. Alright, I am ready to move to Quad Town.
Quad Town, Quad City DJs. You guys remember that band? That was the Come On Ridey Train.
Come on, ride that train. I would tell the audience, I'm sorry, you don't have to see what I just saw, but we are on YouTube now, so if you're into that type of thing, you can check us out and see Drew dancing. Alright, the quad. What's everyone thinking? What are you smelling? What are your mouth feeling?
Well, my tasting sheet was completely saturated with the foam of the Eucalyptus beer,
So now.
and so I had to throw it around. So y'all need to go first.
We'll go first so you can just repeat what we say.
Let's go for it.
The smell, it has some esters to it.
I might need some further explanation of that tasting note.
Can you explain that from a chemical standpoint?
Which esters are you?
Apricot.
Okay, I was about to say, which esters are you getting specifically?
Specifically, apricot is the ester. A little bit of a bready aroma to it. Toast, caramel.
This is creamy. I like this one. It's a really creamy beer. I'm just waiting for that.
You do like creamy stuff in your mouth, don't you? Did I cross the line with that one?
You did cross the line, but I'm used to it.
All right, we've got bread,
You know what's
Toast.
weird?
caramel.
Is that we've been drinking Belgians all night, and I still haven't had that. We still didn't get a beer today that had that, like that super,
Belgian flavor.
like that, like raisin and banana and bread. Like when we drank the Rochefort,
Yeah.
like that flavor is what I associate with Belgians, and I don't feel like any of them today had that.
I think this one is the closest.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's good. I really like this one a lot.
Yeah, this is a good beer.
It's my favorite by far. I think of the ones we've had tonight. Saving the best for last.
Cheers to that.
For anyone.
When the fact that I know that he came to cover with blood.